Transformers more than meets the eyes. This is Chucky from Collecting for Fun, and we are near the finish line for getting all the Aerialbots to form Superion, one of my favorite combiners from the original G1 cartoon. And this is Skydive. And so let's have a look at Skydive. This is number 5 of 5. So let's not waste any time. Let's crack this baby open and we'll get to work on this one. Okay. So if you saw my last video for Fireflights, kind of looking at the boxes of these guys, it looks like this one is also a clone or a complete remake or remodel of the other foot of Superion. So he looks just like Air Raid if we look at him, and as far as the way it transforms and the airplane mode. So let's find out. We're going to pop this guy open and we're going to compare. And I believe he transforms exactly the same. So we will skip our usual routine of unboxing and then doing a transformation video. Since it's the exact same, I almost think like it looks like it's the exact same. We're just going to go ahead and do the full review and transform it. So let's pop it open. And if it's anything like the other Aerialbots, I'm happy with what I see. I don't know if this is I don't know if this is going to be the definitive Superion, but it looks pretty darn good actually. So far, anyways. I think I have to clip the legs, but let me see if I can get it out. Yep, there we go. All right, so there is that. And let's get his feet down. Let's click his feet down here. And do these things flip back? Yes, they do. Good. And these things should flip back there. And I'm pretty sure this should drop down like that. Similar to his counterpart here. So let's get the box fixed up a little bit. Yeah, and let me get the box out of your way. Okay, let's get the box over here. And then we have the weapons as well. So let's get that open. And let's see if there are exact same weapons as Air Raid or not. And let's have a look. So I really like the Air Raid one. Oh, it comes with a bluish wing as well. So let's see where that will go. I'm assuming it goes here. So that's a little bit different because Air Raid does not have that. So I think that goes there anyways. And then the guns, let's see if the guns are exactly the same. Yeah. No, the guns are a little bit different. So unlike Slingshot and Fireflight, these guns look a little bit different. Oops, I didn't have him balanced right. So let's get him more balanced. And so there is some difference. I still think they probably will transform the same. So I'm going to go continue with plan A, which is basically just do the full transformation. But here we go. We got the guns on there. I'm just going to quickly pop open the manual just to make sure I clipped on everything correctly. So it came out of the box like so. And yes, we do clip that wing right there. Whether I clipped it in the right way or not, that is a different question. I think I clipped it on the right way. It's hard to tell if one is upside down or the other. I don't think it really matters. Let's see, in the transformations, do we need to flip it around at all? Yes, we do have to flip it around. So yes, it looks like it starts off upside down. Okay, so let's have a look at this thing. I'm going to turn that around there. All right, guys, let's have a look and see. So we can compare him to his counterpart. They're both the legs of Superion. So you can see here the Autobot's insignia is right in the middle here. Here is off to the side on his left chest plate. It looks like the middle part is essentially the same. Otherwise, the head shape's a little bit different. Coloration wise, a little bit different. Here he's got a little bit of an indent on the head. So the head molds are completely different. He's got the orange face. He almost looks like Megatron in like with an orange face there, with that face there. So yeah, interesting enough. The bottom looks pretty much the same. He's maybe got a little skinnier legs, but maybe not. No, I think they're the same. And the sides, sidewise, almost identical. The main difference is here he's got two wings that join, and here he's just got the one there. These parts here, looks like Skydive has a slightly longer beak on his plane, but I believe the transformation is more or less the same. You can see these ones have a little bit of a extra wing part to it, where these are completely flat. Coloration, of course, is different. So, all right, let's try it out, see if it transforms like Air Raid. Sorry, yeah, Air Raid. Okay, let's take off the guns. And actually, let's see, put them next to each other. Okay. Yeah, I forgot that I should probably check the posability of this guy. So let's put the guns back on. And we'll just kind of play with the posability. Arms should should be pretty flexible. He's got good shoulder rotation. He's got good elbow rotation. I think this actually spins all the way around. It does. And should be on both arms. And yeah. So his arm rotation is really, really good. And let's take a look at his head rotation. Typically, for most of these transformers, is all the way around. It is. He can definitely do the splits this way. He can do the splits that way. He's got a good knee bend both ways. And his foot does pivot, I believe, to some extent. Not as good as some of them. They pivot this way, but laterally a little bit. Yeah, it can do lateral. Okay, so let's pose him out a little bit. Let's get him in there. Yeah. Let's kind of pose him with his buddies. All right, we got those three. And then we have this guy right here. So I'm not going to transform him because he's pretty much the same as Fireflight. But yeah, he's, as far as height goes, he's similar to all the other four or the other three limbs. And then when we got Silverbolt there, he is definitely shorter than Silverbolt, as are the rest. All right, so now that we did that, now let's go ahead and transform him. And let's move that back, move it out, and let's get the guns off of him. Let's move you out of the frame, move you out a little bit more out of the frame, and let's get the center of attention on the main event today, which is Skydive. So Skydive, if I recall the transformer, we're going to kind of fold the hands in. So we got the hands right there, and we're going to fold them in. And then should be a slot right there that slots into the side, and we'll put those in. Optional, if you do not want his head to show up when he's transformed, you just turn it around. In the last one for Slingshot, it doesn't really show that, but that's what I saw. That's what I noticed if you don't want it. So if you want to bring the wings down, there is a slot here that measures up to there. So just make sure they are straight, and it should lock in there. And then from there, we're going to lift this out and just kind of double bend it down. And then the same thing with the front of the nose of the flight. So it's starting to take shape there. All right. And so the feet are a little bit different than Fireflight, but same as Air Raid, I believe. You just bring those feet down, and then we're going to lock them in, actually. So there is a slot. Just going to see if we can show the slot right there, and it locks into that slot there. I believe if we should be able to lock those down. Good. This one does not want to. There we go. Lock in is nice. We're going to turn this wing around. We're going to flip these two wings down. And then we're going to lock that into place. And then we're just going to kind of double bend this part up. And it should just collapse right in there. Yeah, there we go. And we're going to pop the guns underneath the jet there. And so to me, this looks decent. Yeah, it's a very nice plane. The silver and the black works well with the yellow highlights and the blue wing. So yeah, not too bad at all, from what I can tell. I'm not. Um, it's a cool looking jet. Let's leave it at that. It's a cool looking jet. So let's go ahead and we'll pop up air raid so we can compare the airplane mode. So if you missed anything, I'm gonna transform it pretty much exactly the same. I don't remember if the wheel comes down. I don't think it does. Yeah, I think that's part of the transformation. I don't think the wheel comes down. Let's flip that around. No, there's no wheel that comes down. So the one thing is this thing doesn't seem to stay very well. So I don't know. I'm looking at it. It keeps tipping down. I don't know if you guys have the same problem, but yeah, it does not want to stay up there. And I don't know. It looks like I got all the joints locked in, but I just cannot get it to stay down. Like stay still. So it's going to tip a little bit. Well, let's get this guy transformed and pretty much do the same thing. We're going to fold the hands in, okay? And then we're going to lock in the arms to the side. Okay, we're going to flip these wings down. Lock in there. We're going to turn his head. I don't want to see his head, so that way his head's covered, right? If you don't do this, you will see his face when you transform it. We're going to double hinge this down, double hinge this down. So again, so far, exactly the same. And we're going to move this foot in, move this foot in like so, lock in the legs, good. And we're going to flip this down, and this is where it changes a little bit, because on this one he only has one wing, here he has two wings, so that's a major difference there. Well, not a major difference, a minor difference there. And then we're going to double hinge this down, and we're going to lock in the back part. So let's see, this should pop down. I just have to line it up properly. There we go. Okay, my friends, we have Skydive and Air Raid here. So let's complete. Oh, I'm going to add the guns. Add the gun there. Add the gun there. And again, yeah, it doesn't really stay up very well. It just kind of looks tips down, which is fine when we're just kind of puttering around. But it'd be nice if they stayed up a bit, right? Okay. So anyways, plain wide mode, wise mode. We have the beak is definitely longer. Let's check out the difference. The beak is longer on this one, Skydive. Obviously, we got the one blue wing here versus the two black wings on the back of Air Raid. The wings are a little bit different. You can see this one's got a little bit more thickness to the wing here. And it's got this extra thing that almost looks like it can probably fire, but I think it's just for aerodynamics. Here is a little bit smaller and more lean, and the more, yeah, there's no extra. It's got a little different ruffles here. So the wings are definitely different. Autobot insignias are on the wings. This is right in the yellow area. These are right in there. I think Air Raid's Autobot insignias are a little bit bigger. That's what it looks like to me anyways. The head shape, or the, I guess, nose piece of the airplane is a little bit different. Concept's similar. We got the black with the little stripes here on this one, and then gray with the little black stripes on this one. So the opposite colors there. And then the nose piece is definitely longer on this one, and a little bit more pointy from what I can tell. Yeah, this one's more roundish and longer, where this is more short and kind of, yeah, comes to a point a little bit more. Guns are different. We already talked about that. The back fins, I think, are similar. If they're different, they're not that much different. These little fins right here. All right, so let's have a look at the bottom or the back side. The jets look exactly more or less the same. One's white, one's black. Underneath, it looks very, very similar, other than where the Autobot insignia is. The transformation underneath and everything is the same. The head shapes are different, as we mentioned earlier. And again, if you don't turn the head, you're going to see the head. So that's the. I don't think the instructions say to turn the head, but I rather turn the head. So I'm going to leave Air Raid as a plane. And the reason for that is the next video, we're going to be doing the transformation into Superion. And to do that, then we need them into airplane modes. So here are the plane's air jets here. You can see that the Slingshot is a little bit shorter, and the airplane's obviously a little bit different. So all are unique airplanes to, I guess, to some extent, and that the wing shapes and some of the details are different. The colors are all different, but Slingshot and Fireflight transform the same, and Skydive and Air Raids transform the same. All right, so let's go ahead and show you guys how to transform Air Raid back, and then we'll get ready for the next video, which will be the transformation into Superion. So let's go ahead and transform this back into robot mode. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to kind of release these legs, kind of double hinge these back out. Ugh, a little bit easier said than done. This is quite stiff because I have not transformed it up until today, of course, because we just unboxed it. Flip these legs back. Okay, now before we do all the locking in of stuff, we're going to get these wings kind of flipped in. We'll turn those around, flip these back. Okay, I just don't know if that's going to interfere with us locking in the legs there. So the legs are essentially are done there. Now we're going to get these wings back a little bit. We won't put them all the way back. We're going to get this thing back first. We're going to double hinge that. And then we're going to bring this back as well. And then we're going to turn the head. And for the most part, he's almost there. We're just going to hold the arms out, flip the hands down, and get the guns on. But yeah, he's done. So pretty cool, straightforward transformation for Skydive. Is exactly the same as Air Raid. I'm going to just kind of leave it like that as we get ready for the next video. So there is the last two of Superion. So Superion only has five jets. And so here are them right now. We have Silverbolt in the middle, and we have Air Raid and Slingshot on the sides. And yeah, my friends, Superion's up next, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the review of Skydive and seeing how he transforms exactly like Air Raid. I think the actual the actual shape of the robot looks very similar to the cartoon. I think it's pretty much as close as we're going to get. And transformation into jet mode, straightforward. Air Raid was great, and this one follows it. And so yeah, my friends, so far I'm very happy with what I see with Superion. I do have some issues with Silverbolt as far as the way that works and how he transforms, but it is what it is. I understand with the combiner, I guess compromises had to be made to be able to make it transform into Superion. And I think they did a decent compromise. And in the next video, we're going to see what the final result is with all of them together. So this is Chucky from Collecting for Fun, and we will see you very, very soon to wrap up the Aerialbots and Superion. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And if you know any of your friends that love Transformers, make sure you share this video with them as well. We will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye now.